Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to my very far and few in between makeup application videos. I used to do them all the time. Now I'm only doing them here and there because actually my makeup application time is very precious to me and I'm not sharing it a lot, you know? And it's just some kind of like a mental health thing. It's like yoga for me to do my makeup, and usually I don't want to be filmed doing it. You know what I mean? Okay, so welcome to this video. I'm very excited to share this video with you. I am going to talk about a topic that is close to my heart and has become more and more important, also with a lot of question marks and all of that. One of my dogs. They're all sleeping here on the floor. If you hear gentle breathing, scratching, or stuff moving around, it is not ghosts, it's my dogs. Okay, so in any case, yeah, so that topic that I'm going to talk about is very dear to my heart. It can be very painful to think about stuff that is happening behind the scenes, and maybe you can also relate to that in your own private life. Okay, so just listen to me ramble on, that would be great. Okay, so what am I doing today? I am going to show you this palette. So I received this in PR from Saints, Angels, Sinners. It is also not only PR, I'm going to talk about that in a second, but this is the palette, and this is the A Fairy Tale palette, which is now available from Saints, Angels, Sinners. It is a collab with Faerie Light, who is Sophia Sadie, and this is what she came up with. Okay, so I have heard different opinions about this palette just from the first look. You know, it is too light, it is too dark, it is too I don't know what, but I found out from my own experience working with this palette, this is now today my fourth look, and I'm gonna do more. Okay, so definitely all of the looks and the swatches are already live on my Leorah Cosmetics Instagram. Please feel free to check it out. You will also of course find a link to my link tree in the description box, which will lead you straight to all my social media platforms and also to all my discount codes that I have with different brands. I also have one with Saints, Angels, Sinners. Check mark. Okay, so that is what she came up with. Now I find this palette is so like especially versatile because it has not a lot of mid-range going on, and for someone like me who loves to work with dark shades, it is so beautiful that I have those dark options, especially those three. But also this, you can actually build up even pretty dark. There's also one look on my social media already live that has this one featured a lot. I've also mixed these two, which came out to a beautiful shade. So just saying, don't underestimate this palette. The quality I'm going to talk at the end of the video about. Okay, sweeties? So now I have to tell you that this is a very special video for a whole other reason than Saints, Angels, Sinners being one of my most favorite brands, because of the creativity of Darcy, who is the owner. She has a super special way of seeing colors, of feeling colors, and of putting them together. Now everybody can make a rainbow palette, right? Everybody can make a neutral palette, but this person, Darcy, has a talent of seeing colors in an, I don't know, unusual way, I want to say, that makes makeup fun again, you know? So just saying, feel free to follow her or check her out and see how she develops, because I have been with her from the very first release, and I have seen the journey that she has gone and how fast she has progressed in her creativity in that short time. Okay, so that is just my own experience. I know a lot of people have had other issues. I don't think anyone had ever an issue with the actual makeup, because the actual makeup has become increasingly top-notch. Okay, so just saying. Okay, so this whole collection is this palette. There is a makeup bag that has of course the same print on it, and then there's also three lippies. Okay, so there's one that is a little bit more rosy, one that is a little bit more peachy, and then there is a pinkish one with sparkles. That is the one that I'm wearing today. That's the shade, one second, Savage. All right, so that is basically the collection that Sophia Sadie came up with, and I'm so glad that I could try it. And again, I'm talking about the performance then later on in the video. Okay, sweeties, why is this video very, very special to me? I've now kind of teased it already twice and haven't gotten to the point. This video is very special to me because this is my first sponsored video, and I'm going to disclose this very openly because I think you deserve to know that I have actually gotten paid to do this video. Okay, I said to Darcy, she has never paid me before, so I said to her, you don't have to do that. I'm still going to work with the PR and I'm still going to feature you, and you know, it is part of the fun. But she said, no, I want this to be done properly and this is what we're going to do. So what is your price? Whatever. Okay, so I'm not going to go into the negotiations, but I just want to say, take it or leave it. For me, it is an amazing achievement, you know, in the sense of, wow, I got to the point that someone is actually paying me for my work, because all my almost 6 years on YouTube were for free for everybody and every brand. And I don't consider PR payment. It's not. If anything, it brings work. But that is one point. But also the other point for me as a personal achievement is that I actually accepted to be paid for what I love. It's not an easy thing for me, you know, because I always feel like I'm so glad that I can do this. Why should I be paid for this? It kind of felt like a conflict, and it actually isn't. So yeah, that is basically what it is, and I just can tell you that it does not influence my opinion on the brand, because you have heard me speaking about this brand for the last 2 years. So there's really nothing new to add. So don't click out of the video though, because we are going to, of course, have some friendship time together. Hello, sweeties. Good morning. For me, it is good morning. Okay, so I'm in my pajamas and I just walked the dogs and threw on a head covering, and now I'm sitting here and want to film for you. So we are going to do my fourth look with this palette, the A Fairy Tale palette from Saints, Angels, Sinners, as you know from the intro. And basically all I did was my forehead and my eyebrows, because the rest I'm going to do later. Okay, sweeties, this palette has been a pure joy so far. Today I want to go a little bit more into the greens. So we shall see, but I want it to be, I don't know, I think I'm going to start out with the brown though. I might even top it off with a hint of the black if I feel that the brown is not deep enough for this purpose that I want it to be here. Yeah, okay. And I also want to talk about friendship. Friendships, not like in real life in the place where you live, for example, but those online friendships that are very, very in fashion these days. Oh, I should also say I'm wearing this base. This is from Ace Beauté. I'm just trying this out. I got this together with my purchase of the floral collection, and I'm really, really liking it. I also like that it is a lot, you know, because for someone who is doing makeup every single day and who needs a lot of that, it kind of really makes sense. Okay, for someone who is doing it makeup once in a while, then that is maybe too much, because it might go bad by the time you finish this. Okay, sweeties, I am placing the shade, wait, what is that? Angelic. I'm going to place that here. And do you remember the OG times of me doing makeup on camera? I only did one eye in like 25 minutes of makeup application, and then I did the other one offline and or off camera. And I am not doing this anymore. I want my makeup to be done a little bit faster, because I just need to, you know, go on with it. All right. So yeah, I wanted to talk about friendships, and that. As of right now, when I'm filming this, when I'm starting to film this, I really have no idea 100% where I'm going with this. I hope it will become clear to me while I'm speaking to you. All right, so sweeties, I'm kind of basing this a little bit on what I have been hearing about behind the scenes. But I don't want to say too much because it is not my story to tell. But things are being told to me, okay? Because I do have a few connections, and a few of them are actually true friends. And maybe I should start with the fact that my bestie, for example, her name is Sue, and I love her to bits. She started out just being a subscriber, and then she contacted me once, and then we started talking, and now this is years ago. It's like 3-4 years ago, I don't know, and we're talking every single day. And yeah, so let's go into the green and blend out the brown with the green, and that is this color, Flower Nymph. Okay, so I'm just going to place this a little bit around it. This is gonna be more like of a simple look, I think, because for me it's Friday morning. I'm going to try to have this video up today still before I go offline for Shabbat, so that you guys have something to watch. You don't miss me too much. Okay, so I truly believe that it is possible to find friendships, also especially for people like me who actually do not have a lot of real life friendships. I find it very, very hard to deal with women in my life that are here, right here, that I could actually meet. It is very, very hard for me because I dare say that I am a little bit different than the normal crowd that I have here, and that is not. I'm not saying that I'm better. I'm just different. Okay, I'm not at all better. I'm probably ranking low to the bottom, but. The thing is, for me, it has been always very, very hard to keep friendships because I'm very, very busy. And when other women contact me and say, do you want to go and meet for coffee or for breakfast or for whatever, then I think about my daily schedule, and then I'm gonna say no because I just really don't have the time. Do I want to go? If I would really, really want to go, I would probably be able to make the time. But do I really want to go? Not really, because what does it serve me to go and sit somewhere and have coffee and then just talk about what? Children? No, thank you. The children, they fill my life like crazy anyway, and I want to talk about interesting stuff when I'm with friends. But thing is that most women around me are still in the active childbearing age, and for them that is a very, very live thing in their lives. Sounds stupid, but maybe you know what I mean. And for me, this chapter is closed. There is no way that I want to have more children after having had 7 children in 9 years. So, and for me, I've done it, and I don't want to talk about it. Not with my friends. So I don't know. This is one thing that I just feel like, for me, my rescue dogs are important. For me, my makeup is important, very, very important, and stuff like that. And most of people here consider putting on mascara, doing makeup, and that is just like I don't find really common ground here. And the other thing is also because of my job, because of what I do, I am always looking too perfect, to actually have real friendships. Because, when the other moms, when they come out of a very, very rough night with their newborns or whatever, and they look like a towel on the floor, and then I come and I'm completely made up, and I always wear nice clothes because I take pictures of myself every single day, then it can be very, very intimidating. And I totally get it that people find it hard to be my friend. Okay, so but now back to the online community. What I wanted to talk about is not the real friendships that actually truly do once in a while develop, but what I see is that people, especially when it comes to collabs and stuff like that, and I'm not doing a lot, and there's also reasons for that. That people call each other besties, soulmates, true friend, close friend, amazing friend, and all of that. Now, that's fine until something happens and everything goes sour, And then these true friends and soulmates and besties that I cannot live without, and you have to watch them and you have to subscribe to them and support their channel because they're my bestie. these besties can turn against you in a heartbeat. You know, and I want to make very clear that I'm actually now not talking about myself. Yes, I have had online friendships and YouTube friendships that fell apart, and I have very big question marks about it because I don't know what I have done that people have started to avoid me and without an explanation just disappeared from my life and ghosted me. I don't know, and I wish I could get some closure and maybe also learn something from it, you know? But if people just disappear and basically unfollow you and all of these things and don't tell you what the issue is, you can't learn from it. And honestly, once I got over the hurt of that happening, I truly just wished that I could just learn something from this and to be more aware of it next time, you know? But there is no communication, and you know, I'm too old to linger. I'm too old to linger in things like, if people don't want to be my friends, then, you know, have a good life. I don't like, my life will continue, and what can I do? Do I like it? No, but I just really would wish people could be a little bit more adult about stuff. Okay, so in any case, I'm thinking though about something that happened just recently with a whole group of people, and that is it's just very, very sad. And then kind of people turned mostly against two people in that group, and all of these people that have been supporting each other and being such good friends and, you know, doing collabs and promoting each other and whatever, suddenly turned against each other, and because of some kind of stupid issue, okay, a non-issue issue. And that is also something that really, really bugs me, that in today's day and age, these non-issue issues become issues that you can actually, like, I don't know, when I grew up, you could still discuss stuff, you could argue, you could have differences of opinion, you could still stay friends, you know? That is also what I have with Sue, with my bestie. We're completely different apart from loving makeup. We're completely different. Different lifestyles, different mindsets, different political views, different levels of all kinds of stuff, okay? And that is, but we are besties, and we can talk about, it's one of my dogs scratching. That's Rex. Rex scratching himself. We can still talk about stuff, you know, everything. And there are no taboos, and we can always also criticize each other in a loving way, and then say, you know what, take it or leave it, this is how I see it. If there is something of what I said that will help you, then you know, then that's great. And if not, then you know that this is what I thought at this moment, and stuff like that. So I feel like all of that is not possible anymore. Like a tiny little spark can kind of burn down a whole building these days. And the same goes for brands, where people just blow constantly everything out of proportion. And here I'm kind of also talking a little bit about Saint Sensual Sinners, because it's not only, but also because, of course, as you might know, this brand has undergone a lot of turmoil, mostly because of outside influence and people just blowing stuff out of proportion, you know? Now, I need to say to this that I personally have never had any issue with Darcy, but I'm also using my brain when I'm writing with her. You know, I've never spoken to her, I don't think, but when I'm writing with her, I know Darcy is Darcy, and I'm not putting every single word she says or the way she says it or whatever on a weigh scale, because I know her over all those years. It's now almost 2 years, I think, since she started her brand. I've become to know her. I know she has a certain way to write, and that's just how it is, you know. I'm also a certain way, and I also just want to be, you know, staying the way that I am, because these things are not important. But when it comes to Darcy, people are just constantly jumping all over her, because she is very, very straight, very no nonsense, very sometimes maybe also a little bit maybe too hard, you know. Is that the best way to communicate? No, but that's how she is. And for me, with that, the story is finished, you know, because we are all different. And, you know, I want to say, for crying out loud, just like let people be, you know. So in any case, I've never felt like Darcy pushed me around or I don't know, was mean to me or anything. If anything, Darcy is one of the most giving people. And I'm not saying that because I'm getting a PR. PR is completely separate because PR, I don't need to do anything with it, okay? This palette is different because this is a sponsored video, but PR, I can get it and just give it to the next stranger at the bus stop, you know? That would be very, very legitimate of me to do. So, yeah, I don't know. This video is going into all kinds of angles. No, but seriously, you know, what I really don't understand is this kind of mindset where just friendships, first of all, where friendships like blow up in a heartbeat, and then how people do not see that that cannot possibly be a friendship, and why people do not correct it within themselves to tell themselves, well, if I call this a friendship, and it can actually blow up like this and become so negative and so toxic and so manipulative and so, I don't know, full of narcissism, partially, you know, narcissistic, then why did I call this a friendship? And shouldn't I be a little bit more careful in the future? You know, I feel people need to be a little bit more careful and guard their hearts and souls. You know, not to the point that you are a closed up person and you cannot form friendships anymore and you cannot trust anyone anymore. But yes, I do believe that people are too willingly give their friendship away. And that's why I'm also not friends with any brand owner. Because I'm saying that because a lot of times people say to me, I know you're friends with that brand owner, and I can't tell you what has happened. Okay, now I am friendly with all of the brand owners, like, you know, whoever wants to write to me, I'm placing the black now. I'm friendly with the brand owners, but I am not friends. I am guarding that term, you know, I'm guarding that term, and also I am keeping my heart in a certain place that only goes to certain people. And honestly, also because my life is extremely busy, I do not have time to just like spread myself so thin and just have a million of friends that I kind of need to then service every single day, and I don't know, talk to them every single day, otherwise they'll be insulted and they'll, I don't know what. I cannot have this kind of extra stress in my life. I just can't, you know. So in any case, business is business. Makeup is my joy, yes, and in a way it's also my hobby, but it's also my business, and I'm not mixing that, you know. I'm not friends in that sense with brand owners. I'm not, you know, but that doesn't matter. What I really wanted to say is I think we should just learn a little bit to rein ourselves in and not make everybody immediately a bestie or a soulmate or the other side of my heart, or like all these terms that people come up with, which is very sweet and romantic and kind of, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of fairy tales that you read when you're like 8 years old. So I think people should just also grow up a little bit more. Not everybody that is in your life needs to be your bestie. You can have acquaintances, you can have a friend, you know, just like a loose friend. What's the problem with that? Why does everything need to be so extreme in the good and extreme in the bad these days? I think we just need to like get a grip, you know? Okay, so let's just put on some NYX glitter glue because I think, well, I need to do some blending still, but I'm talking too much. So let's just put on some NYX glitter glue. I'm going to work on these edges and even them out. I just looked in my other mirror and I see that this is way more bold than this one. Doesn't matter right now. I kind of really want to show you the shimmer shades. So I'm just going to place some glitter glue here. I have actually started to do that I never used to do that, to use NYX glitter glue underneath my shimmer shades, and I was always like, it didn't really work for me, but it kind of has started working. So yeah, now I'm doing it. All right, so in any case, I feel like the world is getting more and more extreme, And I think also people like me who are maybe not the most mainstream people and definitely not woke and all of that, which is a whole nother subject which I could fill videos with. We are anyway not that loved and don't fit in that much, especially in the beauty community. So I'm guarding myself, you know. All right, so let us just place, I think I want to do a gradient. Let's put the shade Venus in the very like inner corner, and this is a very, very beautiful shade. It's super sparkly and very, very like shifty, but I want this to be just in a very small place so I can still have space for the other shades, because I want to do a gradient with the greens who are just so, so beautiful. Okay, so let's just do that. Yeah, so in any case, I don't really know if this video serves a big purpose here regarding of what I was speaking about, but I just feel like, you know, people getting hurt. People are getting hurt because not everybody is taking this whole topic of friendships. Moving on to this shade, not everybody is taking this topic of friendships lightly, and then they are in this kind of situation where they actually feel, wow, I have a friend, and maybe she is a bigger YouTuber or whatever, and you feel completely flattered that you know, this person sees you, this person gives you compliments, this person likes you, wants to be in touch with you, and all of that. And then suddenly everything blows up and you feel like, what have I done? What have I done? You know, and then this person removes the attention, which is a very, very narcissistic behavior, by the way. Going on to the green, well, who has just moved my softbox? Raven, don't do that. Removes the attention, and then suddenly you're standing there and like craving this behavior. You know, you're actually craving the attention of that person, and you would do like whatever in order to get it back, and all of that. And it's all around very, very sick and sad. And the other person just doesn't care and continues with her or his own life and calls it a day, you know. But for people like me and also a few of my other friends who have been speaking to me, for them it breaks their heart and they mourn for days, you know. And I don't know, consider closing up their channel and stuff like that. And I just, my heart goes out to them, really. So yeah, that is basically what I needed to say. And this looks pretty. I definitely need to deepen up this side, but it just, these shimmer shades and the green and the grunginess, especially of the outer corner, is just so, so pretty. I'm actually considering right now if I should just put on some colorful lashes just for the fun of it. Maybe. It's a definite maybe, but you know already because you have seen the intro. So yeah. All right, sweeties, I'm going to finish this off offline because I have been talking too long, but yeah, I'll see you in just a second with the finished look and with my final thoughts. Okay, my lovelies, and now you have, of course, seen me create this look. I quickly want to also tell you how I finished the look. So let me just open the palette. You also see that I did put some glitter on, and of course I added some green and purple lashes. I'm gonna hopefully zoom in and let you see it in a second, but again, you will also be able to see this look on my social media. Okay, so sweeties, how did I finish the look? I did actually put a Chromazone, what is it called? This is from SheGlam. This is one of the Chromazone eyeliners. They are very, very good, sweeties. Don't sneeze at SheGlam, seriously. They're very, very good, and they cost so much less than other brands do the same thing, right? But these from SheGlam cost so much less. Okay, so how did I finish this? I actually put this shade here in my inner corner, and then I blended it into this and into this shade, and then like right under my lash line here in the outer third, I put this shade, and then it was not 100% dark enough for what I was looking for, so I topped it off with a little bit of black, and then I blended it out with this shade. Okay, all of this row I blended out with this shade. So yeah, it's quite a bit of layering and stuff like that. Guys, don't growl. Yeah, okay, so it's quite a bit of layering going on, but that is, you know, that's what you do with these shades. This is how you create new shades and more variety and like a whole big realm of stuff that you can do. Okay, for the glitter, I just used a random glitter from AliExpress, honestly. Okay, and on my lips, I already told you I have this sparkly one. They always move my soft boxes. Okay, so let me just zoom you in for a second and just give you a closer look. I hope you can see it. And I am also going to hopefully be able to show you the other looks, the other 3 looks that I have so far done with the palette, and then I'll be right back. Okay, sweeties, let us talk about the performance. The performance, let's start with the lippies, okay? I've tried all of them. I want to say that the one from today, I think it fits perfectly to the look of... to the look of today, but I think as a like a normal shade in my normal life, it is almost too pink for me. What you can do in this case is, of course, you're breathing very loudly, Rex. Control yourself. Okay, what you can do in your normal life is you just use a bit of a brownish liner and then kind of blend it together, and then it tones down this tone a little bit. Really? Rescue dogs, what can I say? Okay, but I think I personally prefer those because they look a little bit more, I don't know, more adult maybe, okay? But that is just me. The performance is nice. Of all of them, they don't bleed, they don't sting or anything. They have good staying power. The taste, there is a tiny little hint of a vanilla taste slash smell, a tiny little bit, but just like for the first, I don't know, 30 seconds, and then it's kind of gone. Okay, so that is basically what I can say about those. I have already had lippies from Saints, Angels, Sinners previously, and they are still one of my 2 go-to lippies. I can show you. I just grabbed 2 of them. I think I have 3 altogether. Yeah, so these are very, very old already. They're probably like at least 1.5 years old. I don't know if I even should use them anymore, but I don't really care about stuff like this. I think you can use stuff way longer than you think. All right, so let's talk about the palette, because that is, I think, why you came here, maybe. Okay, so sweeties, I already spoke in the beginning, in the intro, about the color scheme. I think the color scheme is very, very beautiful and very, very versatile. And I have to say, and also when you look at the swatches on my Instagram, you will see how amazing these colors swatch, and that is also how they work on the eyes, because you cannot always take that for granted. It always, like, it does not necessarily go together. If they swatch well, that they also perform well on the eyes. Okay, now when I swatch, I do not use any primer. The only thing that I do is about 15 minutes, 15 before I do the swatching, I put some body lotion on, but by the time, because I have very dry skin, but by the time I actually do the swatches, it has sunken into the skin, okay? So that is the only thing I do. So what you see is what you get. All right, just because I want to be super transparent about this, because there is so much fakeness and so much manufacturing and social media going on, and I'm not up for that. Okay, so that is what you're getting. So feel free to check out these swatches because they look amazing. All right, and I'm so proud of myself because I used to be a hot mess when it came to swatching, and I'm not using a stencil or anything. I'm just really using my fingers. You know, yeah, yes, I do build them up. You know, so like maybe 2 or 3 times. I'm not doing just that one swipe. That I don't do, but other than that, this is what you get. Okay, but also when I apply my makeup, I build up the shade, so I kind of feel like it's not a big deal. All right, so performance wise, and I already spoke in my last new makeup releases video a couple days ago about this, because the performance is so top notch. Darcy, the owner, has increased the level of quality of these shades, both mattes and shimmers, to a point where I'm like, don't rock the boat, don't change it, leave it like this. This is perfection. And I'm not always saying that. Yes, I do like a lot of makeup, and I'm always trying to find the positive I think that's just my mindset. Also, if I'm struggling with a palette, I'm trying to find out how does this palette want me to work with it, okay? But this was just so easy, so easy. Even if you go in with a shade like this or a shade like this, the blendability and the smoothness of these shades, the buildability, everything, the layering, everything worked out for me in this palette. You know, it was really, 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 really beautiful. And I see myself doing more now, even after this review, doing more looks with this palette, because why not? I'm enjoying it so, so much. And I just love it that I am myself buying less makeup, and I'm also not on so many PR lists anymore, because I chose not to be. Because I just really, I want to take the stress out. I want to embrace the passion and the fun that I always felt for makeup. And I can only do that if I'm actually taking my time and not just having this mindset of, wow, I have to get through this release so I can work with the next one. That's not fun, right? It really, really like suffocates you, and that's not nice. All right, so I highly recommend this to you. Feel free to check out all the other releases, because actually Saints, Angels, Sinners is one of the brands that is constantly really releasing new stuff. I don't know if that is necessarily necessary to constantly release something new, but you know, every brand does whatever they want to do, so that is what it is. And of course, you're also going to see this brand featured in the long run on my channel, and also of course on my social media. All right, sweeties, I also wanted to touch one more time, just for 1 second or 5, at this topic with the friendships, okay? Because while I was getting ready and stuff like this, I just had more thoughts, and I just feel like a lot of people stress out too much about these friendships, because it is nice to get the attention, it is nice to feel the love and to get the support, which is, I don't know if it's really true support, because support you only feel when you're actually in a situation where everything falls apart. Then you know, of course, who really supports you, who is really with you in the long run, who is a true friend, a real bestie, right? But everybody is, of course, like a sponge, soaking up this support and the love, and in that moment it feels so good. Kind of makes you addicted also a little bit, and you feel like you have to perform more and more and better in order to still feel the love. Also, this is already very sick, right? But I think what people are really, really scared about is that the love is being withdrawn, is taken away. And then people just really, really freak out about this, and it can really destroy a people's soul, right? So what I just want to recommend is that be careful, guard your heart a little bit, let people in by all means, but maybe just like be slow about it, you know? And beyond that, if friendships don't work out, don't stress about it, because nothing is ever, no, that's not true, but not everything in life is a drama, okay? Sometimes there are people that are supposed to accompany you, just like when you look at your lifetime, they're supposed to accompany you just for a certain amount of time. And it is good. It is good like that, and it's healthy like that. They came into your life, they were with you, you profited in a positive sense of each other, and then, you know, that time is over and you part ways, and it is okay. I have that too in my life, and I always felt like, no, I need to keep this alive, I need to by force. No, you don't have to. It is okay, you know? Beyond that, if one door closes, even if it is with a bang, even if it is with a bang and with drama, if one door closes, and that I know from my own experience, also here from social media, then other doors open. And sometimes, because you're so busy with those friends that are actually not your true, real, deserving friends that deserve your beautiful soul, sometimes you're so busy with them that you don't even see that God has something much better in store for you. And if you don't believe in God, then the universe or fate or whatever, you know? So I truly believe that God is in charge. That is how I am. So that is what I believe, that God places people on my way, on my path. And sometimes you just shake hands and move on. And sometimes it is a long-term relationship, and you actually, you know, start to move on together on this path. So I think it's very, very healthy. And to stress out too much about all of this is just, well, it's harmful, or it can be harmful. So I think overall, in general, we should just all relax a bit, you know? So that's basically my mothering for today. Okay, sweeties, if you like it here, of course, let me know in the comments. If you don't like it here, you can also let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to. Give the video a like, because it really, really helps me here on YouTube if you do. And come back for my next videos that are going to be next week. Up until then, I love you so much. Go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.